Local high schools prepare for 5 days a week in-person learning.
Celebrating the people and places that make the Wabash Valley unique. WTWO's Good Day Live, sponsored by the Hoosier Lottery.
Hope you're having a good Thursday and good afternoon. I'm Mike Tank. A Fort Wayne teacher turns into a hero. It was unexpected and traumatizing, but it has a happy ending. Brianna Brownlee brings us a story.
Christine Levy, a 4th grade teacher for Fort Wayne Community Schools, saved one of her students' lives on Monday afternoon. During snack time at Kroninger Elementary, the unthinkable happened. 9-year-old Alan McGully started to choke on a piece of hard candy. Luckily, his teacher, Ms. Levy, wasn't too far. She rushed over once she saw her student struggling to breathe. Without hesitation, she started to perform the Heimlich maneuver.
When she came, she noticed it. She ran and I did the Heimlich first on my desk. Then she took me to the trash can, so I spit out in the trash can.
I think that any teacher in this situation would have, their caring instincts would have set in, and any person in my situation would have done everything they could to help a child in need.
Fort Wayne Community Schools requires all teachers to be trained to do the Heimlich and CPR. Levy told Wayne 15 that it was a blessing from God that she recently had training and that it was still fresh.
You can go through those classes, but the fact that she made all the right decisions at the right time and did what she needed to do also proves, good decision making.
Libby mentioned that her students were extremely helpful and concerned during the traumatic experience.
My guardian angels were looking after me and Alan, and like I said, it's something you pray you'll never have to do, but instinct set in and it just survival mode, I guess.
Alan's mother says she gave Levy a card and flowers, but she couldn't put into words how thankful she is for saving her son's life. Alan's father says he is trying to talk to the city about recognizing Levy for her efforts. Good for her. South Carolina Superintendent of Education announced the Department of Education will purchase more than $33 million worth of personal protective equipment. It will also purchase supplies for all public school systems in the state. The goal is to help and maintain face-to-face instruction. The money will go towards buying nearly 600,000 reusable cloth face masks, more than 2.6 million disposable face masks, and more than 100,000 boxes of gloves, and more than 600,000 cases of disinfectant wipes. The State Department of Education rolled out an initial $10 million in PPE for the districts, and the superintendent says with this extra $33 million, the districts will not be able to use a shortage of PPE as an excuse for not returning to face-to-face instruction.
This purchase will help them continue to operate safely, and for the less than 10% of our schools that are still virtual, it assures that they have everything they need to meet and return in-person instruction this month.
The money will also be used to buy plexiglass for classrooms. South Carolina's General Assembly approved the PPE purchase through its allocation of coronavirus relief funds. More procedures in one New York classroom are preventing COVID-19. We're checking in with a Syracuse school nurse who's working hard to keep kids safe.
The first thing we do is put our gown on.
Peg Puma has been a school nurse for 16 years. Before COVID-19, she's never had to put full PPE on in a school hallway.
Put the face shield on.
This is the attire when evaluating students with COVID symptoms. At CNS, they bring them to this evaluation room, which has an air filter shutting the door behind them. It's cleaned on a daily basis, especially if a symptomatic student was in there.
Students can't even enter the building until they get their temperature checked first, and this is one of the ways to do it. They have this new technology where the students will stand in front of the screen and it'll give them the green light.
Any cold symptoms or fever, obviously we get right a hold of their parent, tell them that they have to go home and explain the process for returning to school.
If a student is sent home, they have to see their doctor within 48 hours, and they will decide if they need a COVID test. If the provider doesn't feel they need a test, the student needs a doctor's note to return to school. If the provider cannot clear the student of COVID, they need a negative test before coming back.
What's hard is that the parents aren't always very happy with what we have to say, and unfortunately we're just following the state and county health department guidelines.
A difficult balance for the nurses, who also have to keep track of who should and shouldn't be walking the hallways.
It's been a lot of paperwork, a lot of following up with people, and we really miss the kids. That's one of the reasons you become a school nurse, is because you like the students.
And they all want them to be healthy.
Pretty cloudy today. It's that way all day long, but Jesse has some more news that it will be clearing sooner rather than later, and it's going to get cooler too.
Veterans' Voices, honoring those who served. Service members who've survived combat and war zones often face a number of challenges adapting back to everyday life. Service Dogs of Virginia in Charlottesville trains dogs to be beloved companions on their owner's road to recovery.
Veterans' Voices, honoring those who served, sponsored by Brampton Brick.
FanDuel Sportsbook makes it incredibly easy to bet live during the game. But to make it even easier, we got Hall of Famer Orlando Pace to place Kyle's bet for him.
Kicking team's coming out. Let's bet they'll make it.
And it's good.
That was less weird than I thought it would be.
FanDuel Sportsbook, with more live betting options than anywhere else. Place your first bet risk-free and get up to $1,000 back if you don't win.
Buy 4 tires at Bell Tire's one-day Sunday sale and get up to $210 in savings after rebate. Or get even more with up to $250 in Bell Tire gift cards. It's just one day. Sunday, October 18th. Plus, get tires as low as $39 and 0% financing for 12 months. Buy 4 tires and get up to $210 in savings or up to $250 in Bell Tire gift cards. It's only Sunday, and it's your choice when you choose the lowest tire price, period. Only at Bell Tire. Contact-free service available.
I'm a Hoosier mom and small business owner. Eric Holcomb's done more than just talk about One Indiana for All. He's shown the leadership to get us there. New jobs, higher teacher pay, improved internet connections, and skilling up our workforce. And he's been making sure our communities are vibrant and safe, ensuring those in danger of falling behind get the resources to get back on track. Those are his goals the last 4 years and the next 4. Let's help Eric Holcomb keep building One Indiana for all.
As a searing drought engulfs the West, a groundbreaking experiment is underway on some of Colorado's most remote high-altitude ranches. It's designed to cut back on irrigation to see if water can be more easily shared with other consumers downstream in the Colorado River Basin. Gary Stryker has the story.
Ranches along this upper stretch of the Colorado River in Colorado's Grand County have always depended on the river for irrigation. Now, in an experiment on a number of ranches covering hundreds of acres, hayfields have not been irrigated this summer, allowing the grass crops to wither.
We've spent generations learning how to irrigate these lands, and now we're intentionally not irrigating them.
Agriculture in 7 states uses 80% of the water in the Colorado River.
There's 40 million people that depend on the Colorado River. There's less water available on the river, and we have to figure out ways to do more with less water.
With support from universities, states, and nonprofits, ranchers have installed high-tech measuring devices on test plots to gather essential data on air and soil moisture and forage samples.
With the scientific data, we can make decisions based on the science, not on just a gut feeling.
The project aims to see how resilient these crops can be if they're not irrigated. Can they recover the following year? And how much water can be saved for the river under different weather conditions and with different kinds of crops?
I think something needs to be done to really verify what's going on here with the water, because it's such a complicated issue in the western United States.
In this drying climate, staring into the future, these ranchers want to know how far they can go to use less water from the river and still survive.
You think years ahead, and that's what we're looking at, is the sustainability of agriculture. And we don't want to see it go away.
From This American Land, Gary Stryker for NBC News.
Dry out there and dry around the valley. And Jesse's here with the weather. And I got to tell you, what a difference 24 hours makes. I mean, yesterday, dry, windy, lots of fires around the area. Today, totally different.
Yeah, you know, our temperatures have dropped. It's not as windy, and we got a little rain. It wasn't very much, but a little bit of rain. So, yeah, big difference in really just 24 hours. And the big story tonight, we're going to focus on cold weather. So bring those plants in if you can. We're also going to show you the updated drought monitor. But here's what it looks like right now with our Graber Post building. Came on the south side of Terre Haute. I was actually up in Cayuga a little while ago, speaking with some students up there. I'm starting to get a little bit of some breaks in the clouds up north, but still got a lot of cloud cover here down in the Terre Haute area. But those clouds will tend to clear as the night wears on. Here's what it looks like on your cyclecast projected for 7 o'clock. Notice we do show some sunshine before the sun goes down this evening. It will be cool, 53 with a west wind at about 8 miles per hour, but it's going to get colder than that once that sun goes down this evening. I did want to give you an update on the drought monitor. This just came in yesterday. Pretty much now our entire viewing area for the first time this season is now in what we call a moderate drought because of the lack of rainfall. And of course, we had the fires in the fields yesterday with the wind and the dry weather. So again, everybody now under a moderate drought in our immediate viewing area. Also, the entire viewing area is under a freeze warning for tonight, meaning bring the plants in. Temperatures are going to get down around freezing or a little bit below. The winds will not go completely calm, but there'll be enough of a cold snap out there to pretty much put the hurts on any plant you've got outside. Peak wind gusts today. Yesterday it was up around to 40. Today only in the low 20s, so not as windy today, which has been some good news. And here is the wind over the next 48 hours. There won't be a whole lot of wind tonight. I don't think it'll go completely calm, but then notice what happens as we get into Saturday. Here we go again. Winds pick up from the south. We could see some wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour again. That'll pump the temperatures back up, but it also sets the stage possibly for our next bout of some rain by the tail end of the weekend. Temperatures right now, well, it's a lot cooler than this time yesterday when it was near 80. It's only in the mid-50s, only 50 in Crawfordsville, 54 Terre Haute, and 51 over in Bloomington down in Vincennes. So big drop in the temperatures. On the satellite and the radar, most of the rain showers have moved out of the area, maybe a few little lingering showers in the far southeast. And notice already, clouds are starting to break to the north, and we see a clearing trend from Chicago down to near St. Louis, so it won't be long before we'll see that clearing weather move into this area. So on the Dorset Automotive Doppler radar, just a few sprinkles left over, mostly in the southeastern counties. Those will diminish as the evening wears on. So here is the futurecast over the next 48 hours. Again, maybe a very light rain shower in the southeast now, but notice the clouds clear. We'll be looking at clearing and cold weather tonight. During the day tomorrow, a lot of sunshine. Temperatures, though, will be a little better than today, but not a whole lot better. Then as we head into Saturday, we stay dry. The winds will pick up from the south, and we'll start to see a few more clouds filter in late in the day, but it looks to be dry. Now, here's what happens long term, though. A front stalls out along the area, and that may give us some needed rainfall by early next week. So some good news there. Once again, we'll be watching early next week for the possibility of some needed rain moving in. So for tonight, clearing, some frost. Obviously, look at that, 29 the low. Tomorrow, then, daytime high of 61. Sunshine, not a bad day. And then after that, looks like maybe late in the weekend some rain. And, Mike, we got to watch. We could see some scattered showers in here by early next week.
Yeah.
Good health is Sullivan County Community Hospital.
Well, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the woman in our next story saw a self-exam campaign and decided to quickly take charge of her own health, and it was just in time.
Annette Slusher was a mother of 3 school-age children who had had mammograms. Then she saw a campaign for women under 40 to feel for lumps in their own breasts.
I just decided, I think I need to check this out. It feels a little weird.
She'd find out it was a stage 1 tumor. She had chemo, and doctors successfully removed it with a mastectomy. She's only ever met the woman who started the foundation behind that early detection campaign through Zoom.
This is awesome. I'm so excited and proud, and it's beautiful.
Proud of a new book, Say Something Big, that tells author Lee Hurst's own story of finding a lump at age 33 and 5 others, including the Leewood mom.
Started to just write about myself. I realized that I was reminded of all these other women that had done something similar, found their own lumps at a young age, got diagnosed, and really dug in and made a difference.
Slusher has since founded Peace Out Cancer, a nonprofit that's donated 700 recliner lift chairs to women around Kansas City after mastectomies, helping them regain mobility and sleep comfortably.
We deliver the chair and we say, we've been there. We've been in your shoes, and we're here to tell you you're going to be okay, and we're going to be here to give you hope and comfort and peace.
The book chronicles the step-by-step road from detection to diagnosis to each of the women finding their voice.
Well, I think what Say Something Big really represents is this idea that, small life changes, little by little, choices that you make can have a big impact in the way you live your life and the way your life affects other people.
And it just goes to show that anybody can take a small act of kindness and do it for one person, and then that creates this network and this ripple effect.
Lessons for people dealing with breast cancer or any hardship during these tough times.
In other health news, older adults with severe apathy could face a higher risk of dementia. That's according to a UC San Francisco study of over 2,000 healthy seniors. Researchers asked how often they felt like going out and participating in their usual activities. They found people with severe apathy were 80% more likely to develop dementia than those with low apathy. Experts say seniors who experience this lack of interest may benefit from early interventions to reduce dementia risk. New research shows severe morning sickness is linked to a higher risk of depression. The British study included over 200 women in their first trimester of pregnancy. It showed nearly half of those with severe morning sickness felt depressed during their pregnancy, and almost 30% with the condition had postpartum depression. And finally, the International Antiviral Society, USA, has updated its guidelines on the treatment and prevention of HIV. After receiving an HIV diagnosis, patients should begin antiretroviral therapy as soon as possible. Experts are now recommending a long-acting regimen that's injected once every 4 weeks, and it could soon be stretched to every 8 weeks. For patients at risk for HIV, the society urges the use of pre-exposure medication called PrEP. The guidelines also point out effective treatment options for patients who are pregnant or who have specific medical conditions. Well, coming up next, find out how you can travel to Hawaii. But there may be some more protocols to keep you safe, both while flying and staying in local hotels. And as we go to break, here's a look at today's job board. You'll find job openings in our community listed on our website, mywabashvalley.com. And if you're an employer, you can post a job as well.
Von Burn Canine Training Center, how can I help you?
Hello, my owner needs some training.
At Von Burn Canine Training Center, training your dog is only the half of it. We'll also help train you, whether it's for home protection or obedience classes. Training your pet can be hard work, but we'll help you every step of the way. Call today for a free dog evaluation. We'll help put together the right training schedule for you and your dog. 765-562-2889, located south of Terre Haute next to Boot City.
Welcome to the new Dorset Certified Pre-Owned building at the Auto Park. All Dorset certified vehicles come with a 5-year, 150,000-mile powertrain coverage, brakes for life, 15,000 miles of maintenance, free alignment checks, free car washes on every visit. Our Dorset certified pre-owned building is nestled in between our new car stores on our 10-acre auto park. It's all right on US 41 South in Terre Haute.
Dorset Automotive, drive it hard. Dorset Automotive.
Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, Midas Service Center has you covered. Oil changes, brakes, tires, alignments, and more. Let Brian and his team help you get back on the road. Call 812-238-2582 or visit us online and make your appointment today.
Well, if you like to travel but haven't been able to get out this year, you may be in some luck. It's thanks to some new travel guidelines. Jim Boniza has a story.
Preparations are underway for the pre-travel testing program at Daniel K. Inouye International Airport.
There's been a lot of effort to try to make this as smooth and efficient as possible.
Travelers need to plan ahead if they want to take advantage of the program. One of the most important things to remember is
get the right test. Get the test from a trusted partner and follow the instructions on our website.
The screening process to take the test and the cost may differ for each testing partner. Tests will only be accepted from the 17 trusted partners and must be taken within 72 hours of departure. Everyone age 5 years old and over must test negative to avoid quarantine. Travelers need to upload their negative test results to the Safe Travels website 24 hours before departure to get their QR code. Upon arrival, travelers will have their temperature taken. Then they'll be separated into 4 lines.
There's going to be one line set aside for people who do not have a QR code. So they didn't in advance go fill out their safe travels application and form. Next to it will be a line with the people who have the QR code and a negative test.
The third line is for those still waiting for their test results. And the last, for exempt travelers, like flight crew.
Then after they get there to the front of the line, then they're going to come over here and see one of the people at these passenger verification tables. That's where they're going to scan the QR code, make sure and verify all that information is correct.
Sakahara says they plan to have dozens of people to assist passengers. Travelers should keep proof of their negative test on them at all times. It will be needed to check into their hotel, rent a car, and to prove they are exempt from quarantine if approached by the police.
Now, when you get to those destinations like Hawaii, the president of the Hawaii Tourism Authority says there is some anxiety among hospitality workers who are returning to work. Workers will know which guests are exempt from quarantine, and they will know who will need to remain in their room for 2 weeks. That will be possible through the state's Safe Travels QR code. The visitors will create a profile on Hawaii's Safe Travels online system. It will tell the front desk at hotels all they need to know about the guest quarantine status. The process at the Prince Waikiki Hotel would be to separate quarantine guests and exempted guests in separate towers. The hospitality industry is seeing a slow pickup of demand of tourism. And the Tourism Authority says the union is also training employees on their workers' rights as they return. Heading farther south, South America that is, we get to see an extraordinary honor for a tourist in Peru. Jesse Katayama was able to experience something few, if any, people have done before. After waiting almost 7 months to see the Incan landmark of Machu Picchu, Peruvian authorities opened the site just for him. The Japanese tourist became stranded in the town near the site because of the coronavirus. He made a special request because that was the reason for his visit to Peru. So he became the first person in 7 months to enter the 500-year-old World Heritage Site. He said he was touched and thanked everyone for helping him. Machu Picchu is a safe travel site, meaning it abides by COVID-19 safety protocols. Machu Picchu remains closed, but Peru's Prime Minister said it will open in the near future, allowing 675 visitors a day. That's about 30% of the normal amount. Well, after the break, we'll take a look at some Vegas destinations that are now open for live entertainment.
With Furniture Row employee pricing, you pay what we pay. Right now, our employee pricing is available to everyone. Get 15% off any single item when you spend $9.99 or more. Plus 4 years, no interest, and free shipping. Hurry, employee pricing at Furniture Row ends soon.
FanDuel Sportsbook makes it easy to parlay bets within the same game. But to make it even easier, we hired Jeopardy champ and pro sports bettor James Holzhauer to help Tim build his same-game parlay.
Okay. I got Philly to win, the QB to throw at least 2 touchdowns, and the over. But how much should I bet?
Let's wager 300.
Who are you talking to?
Turn a small bet into a big payday with same-game parlays, only on FanDuel Sportsbook. Get a risk-free same-game parlay every week.
With Furniture Row employee pricing, you pay what we pay. Right now, our employee pricing is available to everyone. Get 15% off any single item when you spend $9.99 or more. Plus 4 years, no interest, and free shipping. Hurry, employee pricing at Furniture Row ends soon.
Local high schools prepare for 5 days a week of in-person learning, and Indiana's governor tests negative for COVID-19. They were delayed 6 months because of the coronavirus, but the Billboard Music Awards finally happened last night right here on WTWO. There was no in-person audience for the show, but there were plenty of performances and awards. Mark Barger has the recap.
Oh, Post Malone!
9 was the magic number for Post Malone at the Billboard Music Awards Wednesday night. Host Kelly Clarkson wheeled out his 9 awards, including Top Artist.
I'm honestly blown away just by the love that everybody's shown to me, and honestly, I appreciate it more than I could ever express.
Expressed in an empty Dolby Theater because of coronavirus. 18-year-old Billie Eilish wore a mask as she accepted Top Female Artist.
Please vote.
Please wear a mask. Please wash your hands. Be safe. Take care.
The unusual circumstances prompted top country artist winner Luke Combs to salute the crew behind the scenes.
They have gone through some insane stuff to make this happen for you guys.
Lizzo, meanwhile, literally wore her message as she won top song sales artist. The election also on the mind of top R&B artist Khalid.
Please use your voice. Your voice matters now more than ever.
Also among the night's winners, country legend Garth Brooks. He played a medley of his hits before receiving the Icon Award.
And to all those people that fill those stands, thank you.
The night also offered poignancy. A Billboard Awards highlight from 2015 honored the memory of guitar legend Eddie Van Halen, while John Legend delivered an emotional performance. Dedicated to wife Chrissy Teigen after their pregnancy loss less than 2 weeks ago. A heartfelt moment on a starry night. Mark Barger, NBC News.
The night's winners also included BTS for Top Social Artist, Lauren Daigle for Top Christian Artist, and rapper activist Killer Mike received the inaugural Changemaker Award. The show must go on, and nothing proves that more than Las Vegas reopening. Plus, one live show is coming back better than ever before. Orko Mana has the latest.
Oh no, he's back! Live entertainment is making a triumphant return to the Las Vegas Strip. One show lifting its curtain on October 29th at the Flamingo is Piff the Magic Dragon.
We're coming back. Bigger, better than ever.
Piff telling me his team is making the necessary adjustments, including moving the show to the larger Flamingo showroom. This follows Governor Steve Sisolak's recent announcement that gatherings of up to 250 people are allowed amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
Usually, it's like 750 seats, but in this time, we're capping it at just under 250. Everyone will be a safe distance apart.
The cast of Absinthe is set to grace the stage at Caesar's Palace starting October 28th. Guests can expect socially distant cabaret-style seating at less than 25% of its usual capacity. There will also be non-contact temperature testing, a new air purification system, and table service to avoid standing in line. Wynn Las Vegas already welcomed the return of live entertainment last Friday with an outdoor comedy show. Face coverings were required and dozens of hand sanitizer stations were placed throughout the venue.
I can't tell you how excited we are to perform for live people.
Piff hopes this is only the beginning.
Hopefully, we open a door to all of the big, like the Cirque shows and the huge shows that can only happen in Las Vegas.
That's right. Well, when we come back, we'll show you a vending machine that's operated entirely by the customer's feet. We'll explain. Stay with us.
For all the screen time we have these days, we need to protect our eyes. Blue light protection lenses from iMart check all the boxes. And of course, you get 2 pairs of glasses for $79.92. That's better vision and eye protection for less. Only at iMart.
Fall weather means cooler temperatures, leaves changing colors, and prices falling gently to the ground. Wait, prices falling?
Prices are falling at the Autoplex of Sullivan and the new Autoplex Auto Mall in Terre Haute. Get guaranteed approval on quality late model cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. And find your best deal at the Autoplex in Sullivan, 1101 North Section Street, or the new Autoplex Auto Mall in Terre Haute, State Road 46, just a mile north of I-70. Autoplex.
Don't dream it, drive it.
I'm Mike King. Join me every Monday morning during the first hour of the Today Show for Union Health Today. Health and wellness news you can use from the Wabash Valley's leading healthcare system. Brought to you by Union Health. Healthier together.
For all the screen time we have these days, we need to protect our eyes. Blue light protection lenses from iMart check all the boxes. And of course, you get 2 pairs of glasses for $79.92. That's better vision and eye protection for less. Only at iMart.
Well, this is a little different. A Japanese beverage manufacturer's newest vending machine can be used with feet. There are no buttons in the display area. Consumers can choose their drink by stepping on a pedal. The device also accepts payment by electronic money. The money machine is expected to reduce contact and help prevent the spread of, you guessed it, COVID-19. After a trial period, the company aims to install 100 units nationwide. That's going to do it for our show today. Things are going to get a little cooler around the valley, so get ready. Get those plants inside if you got some plants outside that don't like the cold weather. All right, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon, and we hope you have a good day.